Downtown Detroit shining brightly tonight. What a look at the Motor City from just across the river. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. And tonight, it'll be the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, we all saw the media frenzy that surrounded Anthony Davis when his plans to leave New Orleans emerged. He said, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard, championships, all that stuff matters. Most to me, between money or legacy, my legacy will win that battle every time. Kevin?
Winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who was the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kevin, you put me on the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
a
shout
lot
out.
Didn't you?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I've ever played with. He can shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry Land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
Three terrific names. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. They've got JaVale McGee. Powell is out there with Howard. Then it's Curry. And it's Green in a shooting guard. And for Detroit, Chris Paul is out there with Harden. Then there's Towns. And it's Anthony Davis. And it's Harris in at the three, the small forward. Now here's Curry. Harden missing his last shot. A floater. Howard. And Howard with the second chance points.
Throughout his career, Howard has dominated the court with size, touch, and time that he possesses. Just a lethal concoction.
Here's Paul. Hornets with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Detroit where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Well, it's such a boost. I mean, not something you want to have to count on every night, but you can tell how much they trust their reserves.
Detroit, no good that time either. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Green with the basket on the assist by Curry.
I mean, if you're Curry's teammate, this is what you have to do. Take advantage of the defender reacting to him. I mean, he'll find you if you're open.
And here's Harden for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game.
Harris outside. It's not going to go for him. And the Hornets now going the other way.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Howard, that's good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
Curry gets the foul. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Towns. The Pistons have got a paltry 0 of 6 from the field in what's been a very difficult start for them. To the middle. Here's Harden. Lays it up and in off a pretty assist.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Harden against Green. Curry deciding where to go with it. Pass to Howard. Over to Harden. Offensive rebound. McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
Specialty of McGee's. I mean, he's a high-activity guy who's opportunistic on the offensive glass.
Aside Towns. Rebound by JaVale McGee. McGee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Green over Paul. And he connects with the jumper. Green's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Davis, the pass to Harden. And Harden with the stop.
Oh, and Harden is so quick to the cup, just exposing the weak defense with his speed.
Charlotte leading by 8. Lobbed up there for Howard. And Howard with the stop.
You lob it Howard's way, he'll find ways to finish. That's how talented of a dunker he is.
Harden dishes to Towns. He kicks it to Paul. Harris outside. Outside, Towns. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Davis. Good D by Howard.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense. And it's because he really has an entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside orient, off the bounce, or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Hopefully he's checked in for JaVale McGee. West comes in for Danny Green. And it's Williams in for Curry. It's West with the drive. And that one, good.
And how about the mindset of Williams? Just constantly on the lookout to set up his teammates.
Outside, Beal. And it's sent back by Howard. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Here's Davis. Here's the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. No good from West.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Unzel, the basket Gordon. Here's Strickland. Another 3 for Detroit.
They tailored their offense around him. Let me tell you, he loves playing in the system.
West against Beal. Now West. Launches it. Oh, big time shot.
He just beat the buzzer. He barely beat the buzzer right there.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
And you see this so often, league-wide. End of the period with the 3-point attempt.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player I've ever played. And I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen. And I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player I've ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, obviously I got to learn every single day and never take no days for granted.
On his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, but then that offense was establishing any kind of rhythm.
They've got Bradley Beal. Davis is out there with Gordon, and it's Strickland in at the 1 spot. They're the group Detroit will start the second move. Free throw good, Howard. Opening day, Chris. In your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
Two types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
A little chip on their shoulder.
Yeah. And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all want. David, thank you. Beal can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Beal against Powell. And there's the pass to Howard. West outside for the 3. The Hornets keeping it alive. The new 14. Now Detroit moving it up. And it's Davis with the jam.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's West. He's got 5. Now here's Powell. Back to West from downtown. Nailed from three-point land. West has got the lead up to 12 now for the Hornets. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Unzel, the pass to Beal. Hornets with the rebound.
And Chris, just how special was it to play for Detroit in your career? What relationship does this team have with their fans?
Yeah, it was so special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in, to where my parents lived, and be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey. It was so special, man. This team is a mainstay of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole city when you play for the Pistons. It was such a special part of my career.
Pocket form for 3. Gordon. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Anthony Davis. Charlotte also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Austin Rivers comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jason Williams. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Free throw line jump shot. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Ooh,
lost art of the mid-range Jay. Gordon just measured it perfectly, squaring up and knocking it down.
Here's West, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Towns.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Charlotte, they had gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Good from West.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
And both free throws good for West. And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team. Having a formidable starting five, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
And Ball comes to help. Ball against Ball. And it's Paul missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Ball against Rivers. Kicks the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Elbow shot. Here's McGee. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Now here's West. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Oh, that's blocked.
He just can't find it. Touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding though and looking for the best shot possible.
And stand up by Harris.
Exceptional instincts from the clever guard, Paul. I mean, reading the D, making the right pass.
1:27 left now here in the second. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Inside. Oakley kicks to Rivers. Hits the three-point bomb. Rivers has got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
By Paul, nobody around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Charlotte, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Here's West. Rejected by Harris.
Oh, he's known for his offense more than defense. Harris plays with the high motor, and he likes to make plays.
Some changes for Charlotte. Green's checked in for West, and Curry subbed in for Ball. It's Rivers on the wing, guarded by Harden. Rivers dishes to McGee. 6 to shoot. Fires the 3. Detroit with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of this one.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Rivers scanning the floor. 15 15 seconds left in the first half. McGee reverses, and Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, there's one award, but Harden is one. I think we can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. And that's 6th man of the year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't the starter.
First free throw is good. And the Hornets making a change here. Harden hits them both.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fellow.
No good on that one. And so is Charlotte. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They lead by 9 points. And Big Fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks, obviously a lot of points. When you control the painter, you control the game. I was the master of controlling light. Shaquille O'Neal.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there. And I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better, into a better rhythm in the second half, and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's a wrap. With the 3rd quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Jerry West.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? Keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Hey, Chris, with Dirk retiring, who now has the best fadeaway, you think, in the game from the post position?
It's a man that stole his move. Now, he didn't need to steal it. He just added on to his game. He's a great person. He's not a thief, but he uses that one-leg kick fadeaway, and he's the same height as Dirk. Oh, that's Kevin Durant, the best fadeaway in the game, period.
Towns is developing a nice one, too.
Oh, you know what? I love Towns' games inside, and what makes Towns so good is that he can fade away over the right shoulder. And you know why that makes him so tough? Because he can come over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Most guys with the best fadeaways, they have a counter that already gets you hung in on that counter, and then when you're thinking about that original move, bam, they hit you with the fadeaway.
And Charlotte, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Steph Curry. Then there's Howard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's McGee in at the center position. Curry hits them both.
And it's a good sign when Curry's at the line. That means he's pushing the action, being aggressive, putting the referees in a tough position to make some tough calls.
Here's Paul. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
No, absolutely not. But in his mind, no one can stop him on that, no matter the size.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. That's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I'd like to get Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
And the first one at the line is good. You look back at the title team for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the Bad Boys in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston and dominate the Bulls at that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2014. Sheed, Ben Wallace, Rick, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's Curry. 7 points in the game. Count it. Curry's got the lead up to 13 now for Charlotte.
Just another tool in the toolbox for Curry. A quick flip over the top.
Harden against Green. McGee with the block.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Howard and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Now, here is Harden. 8 points for him. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Howard. Green against Paul. Passes to McGee. Dishes to Powell. Harden with the defensive effort.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been easy layup.
Paul with the 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
They couldn't ask for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Now here's Paul. He has 6. You think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris. The tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam?
Oh,
you did both so well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunker. Like you would post it on the project back in the day. Oh my goodness, off the 2 Or how about Jordan playing against Atlanta when he pump fakes it with one hand like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone. Or Giannis dunking on anyone. Or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, two hands, two legs, one leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something. Give me something.
I like that. Jason Williams, he's checked in for Paul.
Paul really has no holes in his game. I mean, he's consistently one of the league's best free throw shooters.
Here's Williams. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Curry, good.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
Paul looking around. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Paul's got 8 points in the quarter. Curry passes to McGee. Beal against Williams. Howard in the post. That shot, no good. And Detroit the other way now. Beal against Green. Paul passes to Beal. Oh, good on the three.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they could do is try to get him more easy looks.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Strickland. Down low. Here's Towns. And it's sent back by Howard.
Howard, one of the league's most feared rim protectors in the league.
There's a minute 47 left to play here in the third. It's Williams with the drive. A second chance effort. Davis with some nice deep.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Paul against Curry. Paul right side and sent back by Howard. Outside Williams. Back to Curry. Outside Green. Now the dish to Williams. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And a deep three from Curry. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ball passes to Beal. 41 seconds left to play in the third.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Hornets lead by 20.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Will it go? Towns trying to get open. That one's not going to go. Great tee that time from Green. Paul outside. To the inside. Second chance shot. And it's Towns missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Charlotte Hornets. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We come back right after this. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
All you got to do is move the basketball. The ball will find the right person. All right? Get it from side to side. Don't force it.
I think you can tell he wants his guys to work harder specifically in how they pass the ball.
I mean, it's just basic basketball. When you swing the ball around the floor, it's going to open up.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Bradley Beal is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Gordon. Then it's Harden. And it's Unseld in its center. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Such an efficient scorer. You know, if you give Harris these opportunities, he'll punish you from there.
Curry on the wing. Defended by Gordon. 2 points. That one goes. Curry's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
From deep, Harden. It's rebounded by West.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Powell lays it up and banks it in.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the knee to shreds.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And here's Harden for 3.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Yeah, Greg, and it's more than just being in the right place at the right time. I mean, he's been active and aggressive.
To the paint, here's West. An easy 2 points on the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Curry against Harden. Harris looking it over. More star players changing teams. The word tampering comes up, Chris. Is the league striking the right balance on enforcement?
Oh, yes. And you know, Commissioner Silver, he knows all the tricks. He doesn't want it to be a police state, but he knows a wink from a wink.
Right,
you know
yes.
what I mean? So you got to draw some lines. But again, how do you stop it? I mean, you know, if I'm playing on the Lakers and I say, wow, you know, I think Anthony Davis has the best eyebrows in the world. You know, you got to let me say that. And you know, if that's recruiting, it's recruiting. So it's a fine line. And hopefully the players have some fun with it. And hopefully Commissioner Silver does his best to police it while everyone at the same time is working to protect it.
The first one falls. Here's one of the most versatile scorers in the game, Tobias Harris. He had some great teachers, too, including Hall of Famer George the Iceman Gervin.
Yeah, well, check this out, Kevin. His father was Gervin's agent late in his career. I mean, from age 10, Tobias got to train at Gervin's facility every summer. They still work out to this day. That's a real one. Harris learned from a great how to get buckets. Well, you look at Tobias Harris, I mean, it's remarkable the way he's improved his confidence from three-point range, a huge part of it.
Now, here's Howard, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Davis. Well, you look at Harris's long-range shooting. Nothing special, Chris, through the first 6 years of his career. But then, he turned it around.
Well, Kevin, you know he had laser eye surgery in summer of 2017. And after that, his shooting improved dramatically. Man, I got to go get surgery now. But anyway, maybe he should be a spokesperson based on how well it worked out for him.
That's good from Howard.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
That one is no good.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. Keep mistakes to a minimum. Both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
And here is West. James Harden getting it to go from deep. No good from West.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Here's the floater. Harris, no good. And Chris for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
And Davis sends it back. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Pistons. Hall comes in for Bradley Beal. Pistons trail by 20. The quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Paul. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Pass to Howard. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Powell with the steal. Ball with it, picked up by Davis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Never easy trying to mark Howard. I mean, he's terrific at forcing the issue and getting the foul ball.
Free throw good, Howard.
Love watching Howard still doing his thing out there. A nightly double-double threat.
And the Hornets making a change here. Green's checked in. And so Howard nails both of them. The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help them. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
I mean, with my nephews and nieces and friends and across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways.
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle.
Now here's Paul. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Harden inside the three-point line. The Hornets pull it in. McGee's Hornets leading by 18. Outside, Green. And McGee kicks the foul. Now the pass to West from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons. Here's Harris.
Oh, man. Defenders have to be more cautious when guarding Harris. He is constantly looking to draw contact on his shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris.
Yeah, he was the 19th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. I mean, Harris entered the league after a quality year as a Tennessee Volunteer.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
They're looking to get the most out of every possession. Frustrated to miss even one free throw right now.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hornets.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Howard.
Well, his defense gave them the spark they needed. Protecting the rim with purpose. They were afraid to bring the ball inside against the big fella.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort. Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Now, here's ball. Hamilton outside. It's Rivers on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
Hill finds Harris. And stolen by Hamilton. And now here's Hamilton, the fast break chance. And he slams it one-handed.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, it's all dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our podcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.